Why is California actually losing population for the first time in its history? Many people believe that California's population has been declining for about 10 years. It isn't true. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. The rate of immigration from California reached its highest level ever between 2010 and 2020. The problem was that there were still more people moving into the state than out. According to estimates, California's population decreased by 1% when the 2020 census results were released. It is anticipated that by 2030, the state's population will have decreased by 12%. According to those who have left or are planning to leave the Golden State, California needs to change a few things. The primary issue is crime. Everyone has this concern, but the reality is that while there is crime in California, it's not nearly as bad as many people may believe. The crime rate in California isn't all that bad. When comparing the states based on their crime rates, California comes in at number 22. They would only move up one position to 21st when unreported crime estimates are taken into account. Foreigners and immigrants are very prevalent in California, but they have a history of not reporting crimes for a variety of reasons. They distrust the police and are concerned about being deported. Among other things, many people assert that California's crime rate must decline if they want to stay. Although California has a high crime rate, there are states with much more worse statistics. People simply barge into stores wearing masks, taking whatever they want, and barging out in large groups. In the dead of night, some people break into your driveway and steal your belongings. Some are daytime home invasions with smash and grab techniques. People no longer worry about the repercussions because they are aware that they won't actually go to jail if they are caught doing any of these things. There must be a body pinned on you. Someone had to die for you to serve any significant prison time in California for a crime. The opportunity is the next issue. People no longer believe they have the chance to advance. They are leaving because the cost of living in California prevents them from retiring there. The cost of living is extremely high in California. Is it the highest though? Hawaii comes in first, then New York. California has a cost living index of 139.7. Despite the current economic downturn, California continues to experience the fastest rate of price growth nationwide. The next issue is drought. Every year there are droughts, or at least what is referred to as dry years. The longest drought California has ever experienced lasted from 2011 to 2017. The driest years in California history were from 2011 to 2014, but California experiences some form of drought most of the time. People don't seem to understand that Bakersfield is located in a desert region of the state, and that there, everything that can be grown is being grown. Southern California receives the majority of its water from the Colorado River, despite being a desert region, and with population growth all along the Colorado River, each state is receiving less and less water. Wildfires are brought on by the drought. California experiences hundreds of wildfires every year that obliterate millions of acres. Homes are lost and the state must spend a fortune on equipment to fight these wildfires. The frequency and size of the fires are increasing. Numerous residents of California have expressed frustration over the fact that the fires are only going to get worse and more destructive in the near future. Housing crisis is the following issue. Housing in California is ridiculous. In the 1950s, nearly 80% of Americans lived there. Now, it's about 65% in the United States. Currently, the median price of a home in California is about $100,000 or $650,000. Currently, the average rent in California is about $3,000, which is about $1,700 more than the national average. The next issue is working remotely. That's right, remote work isn't a drawback. It's one of the reasons California is gradually turning into a ghost town. People are coming to the conclusion that working from home and not having to live in California, Los Angeles, San Francisco for your job. So why not relocate somewhere affordable where you could actually succeed rather than just survive? According to a study from 2020, 43% of Californians who could work from anywhere were considering leaving the state. The next issue is dirt and homelessness. Nearly 162,000 people in California are thought to be homeless, according to estimates. They are considered homeless whether they are living in their car, on the street, or in a shelter. The situation is still much worse than it should be, and is pushing residents out of the state. It's extremely filthy if you visit certain neighborhoods like Skid Row or the Tenderloin in San Francisco. It doesn't just happen in places where the homeless people congregate though. California is a pretty dirty state when compared to other states, though it is cleaner now than it was, say, in the 1970s and 1980s. Additionally, everyone has heard the tales of homeless people throwing their money on the ground. However, this is true wherever there are homeless people. The streets of San Francisco, Dallas, Miami, Fort Worth, Seattle, and Portland are where it will take place and already do. The problem is that California has more homeless people than any other state, so you're going to see a lot more of that. Thinking that only happens in San Francisco is naive. Bad business is the next issue. If the number of big businesses leaving California and the number of small businesses closing their doors, there wasn't a warning. For businesses, California is a bad state. The cost of doing business in California is extremely high, and are the regulations. In California, they red tape you to death. Everybody needs to pay their fees and complete their paperwork. California is frequently listed as one of the worst states for doing business in studies and lists. They had the 46th highest corporate tax rate in the country, and the 48th highest bureaucracy. It's just a really hostile state for business. The third issue is the growing cost of living. In California, if they can find a way to tax you for something, they will. They've paid every tax the state is willing to give. As an illustration, Oregon has both a high state income tax and a high property tax. However, there is no sales tax there. There are no state income taxes in Washington, but there are all other typical taxes. All of them, including a fairly high gas tax, are present in California. In 2020, the highest income tax states, or legal jurisdictions, according to TurboTax, were California with 13.3%, Hawaii at 11%, New Jersey 10.75%, Oregon 9.9%, and Minnesota 9.85%. As a result, California charges you more for basic necessities. In California, your home costs more, you pay more for your utilities, and your taxes are higher. There is no doubt that taxes will increase given the problems California is currently experiencing, including the drought, homelessness, and other factors. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.